finally gets herself to London. As agreed, Nelthorpe Cowan had arranged for difficulty-free accommodation in the 5-star Carlton Tower Hotel in Knightsbridge. But the Carlton Hotel had been willing to give her a week's stay if she would publicly promote the hotel on the TIG and on her Instagram and on her Twitter accounts. And she said she would. So this had all been arranged and everyone was thrilled. It had been no trouble really to arrange it. But Nelthorpe Cowan says, my colleague and I walked her to her room at the Carlton, and en route was this parrot sitting in a cage. Megan looked at this parrot, looked at my colleague and said, I can't stay here because of the parrot. End scene. Okay. The colleague's description of the scene was a lot more colorful. He said, Megan went completely ballistic, and it was really unpleasant, the scene that she caused about the parrot. Nelthorpe Cowan has this to say. I realized she was absolutely right, of course. Wild animals belong in the wild, not in cages. She had every right to be disgruntled about the parrot in the cage. All right, well, but what's the deal with all these faux beliefs of Megan's? All of these pretend causes. She cares so much about the creature in the cage, the parrot. But then why does she not care about the way she treats other people? Wouldn't the way she treats people be more important than the parrot in the cage? I can't stay here because of the parrot. All right. I mean, but what are you going to do about the parrot? You not staying there is not going to free the parrot, So why don't you stay at the hotel and then let people know about the parrot? You're supposed to talk about the hotel anyway. I mean, how is this breaking her decision with them? She told them she would stay, and they gave her a week free. And presumably there's some contract to this decision. She breaks it because of the parrot. How would it have been any different if she'd stayed and highlighted the poor case of the parrot? How is that not breaking contract? Either way, she's breaking contract. So why doesn't she try to help the parrot? I don't know. Whatever. Megan immediately checked out. So then Nelthorpe Cowan was in a hustle to arrange some other accommodation. And of course, lo and behold, she gets on over to the Soho Hotel. Now, once settled in her room, Megan deigned to come down for lunch with Nelthorpe Cowan's co-director and a widely respected literary agent named Adrian Sington and his assistant. Weeks earlier, Megan had asked Sington to draft a synopsis for a proposed book to be written by her based on the TIG. It was to be titled Think Beautiful. And Megan's purpose was to leverage her brand by promoting the products, restaurants, and places featured on her website to comprehensively help women to better themselves. I find this is the thing that is still crazy to me about lifestyle bloggers. Why should I do everything you're saying? Like, who made you? Who died and made you God? Why in the world is the wine you say best the best? Why should I buy that blanket? Why is that candle? Why? I mean, you think that candle smells great. Maybe it doesn't smell good at all. Maybe it smells like trash. I mean, I don't understand why these people think I should just be over here hustling to buy everything they say. And there's so many lifestyle accounts out there. I just always think, why does your taste precede mine? Why do I need to lay aside what I think because you, with your 1 million followers, say I should do this? And I don't think that I'm trying to just be rebellious on purpose. I just think that I don't understand our need to be told what we like. Can't we just walk into the world and be like, that's beautiful. I like that thing. I want that thing. I will use my money to buy that. Do I need to be trolling, Instagram to find out what I need to like and, what the end thing is? Like, for example, this isn't exactly like that big of a deal. But like right now, and everyone's drinking out of those Stanley mugs, the tall Stanley thing. Why would anybody use that? First of all, that brand has been around. My dad used to have one of those, it was like a workman's mug, like a workman's thermos. Now everybody wants one. Those top-heavy water bottles, every girl in my class has one of those. And they're constantly falling off the desk, spilling water everywhere. They're cumbersome. The poor girls have got their huge backpack and their giant Stanley mug. And it's just like, why are y'all doing that? Why though? That's not even convenient. Anyway, that's an aside. She wants to have this book. Now, Sington was supposed to be writing this synopsis, and he had. And over the previous months, many at the agency had become wary of their client. They thought Megan's mood was unpredictable. Regularly, she called the agency to demand they make reservations at hotels or events in anticipation of her arrival in London, but inevitably, she would cancel or change her requirements. During those telephone calls, Singleton was distraught by what he witnessed. He saw one young woman reduced to tears by what she called Meghan's passive-aggressive tone. And again, this is all a precursor to what we know about how she treated the royal staff. So there they are sitting at the lunch. Singleton had witnessed the parrot incident when she threw a complete and total fit about the parrot. And so he was a little bit worried how this lunch was going to go. I mean, they were over here trying to make a good impression. And he didn't know if she could be counted upon to do so. On this occasion, Meghan calmly sat down for his lunch, and he was so relieved, thank God. She said that her metabolism required the right amount of food at the precise time, so she had to eat. But it was clear that she wished she hadn't been there with them. She had to for her metabolism. But to have to sit at the same table as Singleton was something that she just could not handle, and she let him know it. She quietly directed her venom at Singleton because his synopsis contained a proposed chapter called How to Be a Better Woman, and the chapter focused on women's choices to improve her sexual attraction. Meghan, said Singleton, seethed at him. She complained that he had inserted sex into her proposal. But he was shocked at this because Meghan was all the day long she had been talking about sex on the TIG for a little while now. And she had been adding that element in as a way to draw more people into her website. And she was all the time, regularly talking about different potions to take, to enhance your pleasure, and different poses that would secure a man's interest. And all of this, she had done that. Like, all he had done was look at the TIG and then, like, make some chapter outlines that went right along with the content she'd already presented. But oh no, this man had connected her name to the word sex. And he was trying to make her a sexual object. And he was trying to ruin her brand. No, he's not. He's doing the exact same thing you already said. But Meghan was now following a familiar pattern. People had seen her do this many a time. And on this occasion, her anger was directed at the experienced agent. She seemed to delight in humiliating people. It made her feel so good to see somebody wither under her criticism. At the end of the meal, she got up and left abruptly. And Singleton said, she's one of the most unpleasant people we've ever dealt with. By then, Meghan had also told the agency, forget the book and forget him. I never want to be in the same room as him again. And Meghan, that isn't feminism. The man did a job for you. He didn't do anything wrong. You found a reason to be mad at him because he's a man. He didn't say anything different than you said. You said the same things that he said. But because he's a man, he's not allowed to say it. That's not feminism. That's sexism. All right, well, Meghan can't tell the difference, poor thing.